Hi everyone, and welcome to my Flosstube number 66. It is June 29th, 2022, and I'm Katie Carney, and this is Katie Carney Stitching. It's been several weeks since I filmed. I had planned to film the weekend before last, and I had nothing to show you. I don't have a ton to show you now. Life definitely got in the way of stitching, which is how it should be. You know, obviously people come first. I had work's a little busy. I think I've told you that I help with the COVID testing at the offices now it's twice a week again. And it just takes up a lot of time. And then when I get home, honestly, I'm tired. So, that's okay. I just don't stitch a lot. Like today, I went to yoga after work, so I figured I probably wouldn't want to stitch after yoga because I'd be a little zen. And I thought I'd film. So anyway, in the last couple weeks, quick update on my life. My uncle came in with his family and we all got together and we went to a big family baseball game at the local baseball team, which was so nice. He got a box, so it was really nice because we were kind of confined to a space. They brought food to us, although I went out to get ice cream, of course. And the seats were more comfortable than the regular seats. Mark was actually there with his dad in their seats for Father's Day, so that was nice. And then my brother came in from Tennessee, which was great, and he came over on Sunday, and that was Father's Day, so I made a Father's Day dinner. And then on Monday, so my mom and my brother's birthday, my mother's was, and my brother's is June 20th. And so that was Monday the 20th. And my mom passed away, and it'll be 8 years in September. So she was cremated when she passed away, and we did not bury her. There wasn't money, if I'm honest with you. My mom died really destitute. She was really destitute the last couple years of her life. She lived in a nursing home and was very sick. So there was no money. My mom's siblings did everything they could. My brother and I did what we could, and then we brought her home. And she lived, ironically enough, in what was her sewing cupboard at my dad's house. My parents at that point had been divorced for almost 10 years. And when we got home, my mom had a memorial service, but no mass, because her siblings felt that there shouldn't be a mass because there wouldn't be a lot of people there. And I figured I wasn't in a place to disagree. So what I did was, when we brought her back, my grandmother, my dad's mom, myself, and my friend Bernadette went to a daily mass at my church, and the priest, we asked him to do the committal service so that when we put her in the ground, that had been finished. That's something that Catholics do at the end of a funeral. Or at the graveside. It's usually done in the back of the church now because most people don't travel to the cemetery anymore. So anyway, the committal, I know you probably don't all care about this, but anyway, the committal service was done, which was important to me. And then I felt like I was still, yeah, it was fine, but I felt like I didn't really have any closure, and I had wanted to bury her, going to be very expensive. And finally, I was just like, it's got to get done. So on her birthday, my brother and I went to mass where I work, which I work at a convent for retired sisters. And you can, in the Catholic Church, you can buy a mass. That money goes directly to the priest who says the mass for you. It's very cheap. And then everybody who's there prays for that person. And particularly where I work, you are getting like big prayers, because the sisters, their life is prayer now as they're retired. So it was announced by the sister in charge that the mass was for my mom, and my brother and I went. And then it was a beautiful mass, very short weekday mass. It was only about a half hour. The sisters were so sweet after, and I'm like trying not to cry in my N95 mask. It was really beautiful though. And then my brother went to get his wife, and I went to pick up Mark, and we went to the cemetery. And the sister at work, she had said, do you have, like, is a priest coming? Do you have a prayer? And I said, well, the committal service has been done, so I don't need a priest. And she gave me the most beautiful prayer to read at the cemetery when we put her in the ground. It was lovely. And then I had felt like I needed to put something in with my mom, and I could not decide what to put in. And hang on, I want to show you what I put in with her. So you may remember my quilt that my grandma had made me. That is literally, I mean, you can see, I used it for 30 some years, and it was just, it's discolored, but I love it, so I didn't want to get rid of it. And I wanted to put something in with my mom, and I couldn't decide what to do. And Sunday night, I was laying in bed, and I hadn't expected to be upset by all this, and I really was. And I was like, what do I do? Like, I feel like I need to do something. She deserves something, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I'll put a piece of her mother in with her. So I cut the quilt, and it felt right. So we put my mom, obviously, in, and then I put the quilt on top of her, and then we put a bucket of dirt in. We read the prayer, and then my mom always said she wanted Golden Slumbers from the Beatles album Abbey Road played at her funeral, which obviously we didn't have, so I played it at the graveside, and it was really perfect. And then I took my brother out for lunch, and that was it. So anyway, that took a full weekend. I didn't stitch at all. And then, you know, it was a lot. So anyway, hopefully I remember to type in that if you don't want to hear about my dead mother, to fast forward to 7 minutes in. If I didn't, I apologize, and thank you for getting this far. If you listened to that, thank you. It means a lot to me. I do feel like I finally have closure. She is somewhere permanent. She's somewhere where she can be forever. I know that she is in heaven with her mom, and I know that her earthly remains are someplace safe. So anyway, welcome again. So like I said, I didn't do a ton of stitching. Obviously on the 1st of June, I think it was like the 3rd or something, I picked up Consider the Lilies. And as you, I'm sure, know, this is by Heartstring Samplery. I am using a 36 count R&R Winter's Brew, and this is a 2-year project for me. I am closing in on the end. June is done, so it's July, August, September, October, November. It's 6 months left, although I think I'll finish early. I will show you first what I worked on last, and then I will show you what's left. So what I'm doing is I'm on the bottom couple of pages, and I'm doing, well, I don't know how to explain it. It's 24 pages, so it's 6 pages, 6 pages, 6 pages, 6 pages. But now I'm working on around the house. So anyway, I started, oh yes, how could I forget? Hang on, let me show you where I started. This stupid moth. That's not correct. That moth is not correct, and I don't care. So I had already done a little bit, maybe this was done, but the rest of all this had to be done. And that took me longer than I care to talk about. It took forever. I mean, a lot of stitching. It took about 2 weeks, 2 full weeks of stitching. It's pretty though. So now what I'll do, probably a couple days into July, really all it is there's like 2 or 3 things here and this, and then I'll be finished for July. And August, it'll be the same thing, just right around the house. But like I said, I mean, I am closing in on a finish. If I keep up with what I'm currently doing, I should be finished around, I would love to finish on my birthday, which is October 16th. So anyway, let me show you the whole thing. Oh, it's beautiful. So that is, again, considered the Lilies by Heartstring Samplery. I am doing mine on 36 count Winter's Brew with the called for threads, except for where I couldn't get them, and then I'm using a conversion. So, and one more look at the horrible moth. The moth. The problem with the moth was it was on 4 pages. So it was like this, and this all came together, and the moth was on all 4 of the pages, and the moth was cattywampus, so it was just impossible. It was awful. I hated that moth, and it's still wrong, and I don't care, and I have to do a moth on the other side, and I'm dreading it. The moth was the worst. I mean, I guess it's pretty. It's a bug. There it is. I prefer the peacock, personally. Also, that's a really big moth, considering the size of the peacock. Oh, and do not let me forget to go back and put my initials and the date, because I'm going to forget. That's probably what I'll end up doing on my birthday. So that's considered the Lilies. So that was the first thing I worked on. Then I put the push on to do the Frosted Pumpkin Needleworks Halloween Village that a friend had commissioned me to do. And this took forever too. I worked on nothing else. This is usually just my small, but I didn't work on anything big, just this until it was done. So it came out really cute. There are a bajillion mistakes, as my pieces always have, but I think it's cute. And I mean, I don't think she'll know. The thread is, the white thread is glow in the dark. So it will glow in the dark, and she has a framer. So I don't have to frame this. She's going to pay someone to frame it. So I had, last time you saw it, I had been working on the house here. And then I did, like, when I first started, I did a lot of this stuff at the top right away. I do that to finish threads. So then next I decided to do, because I lied to you. I did this first. The bakery was first, and then I was over here. But I had already put this in, so I decided to do this next so that I could, I knew it would fit and it would be in the right spot. And then I did the big tree, and then I started the branches. So again, it's not perfect, but it's pretty cute, I think. Hopefully she likes it. So we're actually meeting up for pizza tomorrow. There's a pizza place that I always go to. Well, I haven't been there since Good Friday, but that's where we go. That she has never been to, so she's going to try that. So that'll be exciting. And then once that was done, I have a friend who's having a baby in 7 or 8 weeks. And like, she's a dear friend. So I decided she's doing Beatrix Potter as the broom. I was never a Beatrix Potter, like, I don't have anything against it. It was just not a thing. My mom was into classic Pooh. Winnie the Pooh. So I got this for her. I found it on eBay. Now this pattern is from 1991. So it's got a bajillion colors. Like, look at this. And I thought I had them all. I had to go to Michael's to get the colors, so I got them, and I got home and I put them on the thread drop, and I'm still short too. We're just leaving it. Because I looked. Do you know I don't have 3325? Can't find it. It's a blue color. Where is it? Don't have it. So anyway, lots of colors. I am using an 18 count Ada from Stash. And let me move my needle out of the way. I started this Monday morning after I finished the Halloween Village Sunday night. So I did this first. Don't ask me who this is. I don't know who they are. Got nothing. Finished the first person there. The back stitching definitely helped. And then this is going to be a goose. So I started that today. And we'll see how far we get. I might put a couple more stitches in. So there is... Oh dear. Gonna have to do something about that. There is 4-sided stitch around the outside, but they have you using linen yard number 55 bleached. And I don't know, I've never heard of that. I don't know what it is. And she said the 4-sided stitch is optional for stitchers without experience or interest in pulled thread work. This may be left off. Each inked box around the animals is equivalent to 1 4-sided stitch as shown above in the instructions. I am an idiot, I guess. I always just thought 4-sided stitch went around. I don't know what I thought. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to do it because I don't have the thread. I'm waiting till the very end to do the back stitching. And then I know his name, so I'll put the name in, and then I just have to wait for the birth and weight. And so that's exciting. And that's all I've been stitching. But I have big plans because it is the 29th of June. So I'm going to work on this until it is done. Which if I would just sit and stitch wouldn't take long, but God forbid I do that. So I want to finish that. Also, this is not a big pattern. I don't know why it's like this. It's huge. I don't know why. To upset me. It's to upset me. So yeah, I'm going to finish that and then consider the lilies, obviously, as soon as that's done. And then I am going to do Christmas in July. So I am first going to do a Prairie Schooler Santa. I am up to 84, 85, 88, who's in this pile of Santas somewhere. 93, 90, here we go. So I think I did 88. Oh, I have 2 88s. I need 89. I hope I have 89. Oh dear. Well, we're not going to worry about that now, but I got to do the 89 Santa. It would be super great if I had 2 of 1988 and none of 89. Anyway, Santa will be my small for the month. I'm going to work on my grandmother's Christmas ornaments, which are going to be fabric this year. And then I'm going to have 2 full weeks on what's in here. Whether I start the 10th, the 14th, whatever. 2 full weeks. And that is the lovely Lavender and Lace Christmas Spirit. There's a picture of it somewhere in here. Maybe there's not. There used to be a picture of it. So Christmas oh, here it is. It's Santa. It's beautiful. So I'm going to work on this for 2 weeks. No matter what. I don't know how much I'll get done. There's a lot of color changes in this, but here is what I have so far. My ultimate goal would, of course, be to get this done, but I don't think I will in 2 weeks. So there's that. So pretty. Oh, I love this. It's all DMC, and it's a 28 count natural linen, I think. So I'm going to work on that for 2 weeks. come heck or high water. And then I was thinking about working on Winter Rose Manor. But that's winter, not Christmas. And don't I deserve yet another new start? And then I remembered that I'm the proud owner of Kringles. That when this came out, I ordered it and the floss pack so fast. Do you know when I ordered this? I was in Philadelphia with Mark. And it was a Saturday, and we were sitting at the Constitution Center, and it was the Saturday before COVID shut everything down for good. So it was the last Saturday we saw the orchestra, and he had told me the night before that he was going to Germany and that he was leaving the next day. I was furious. Going to Germany in a global pandemic, but at this point, the WHO were still refusing to call it a pandemic. Whatever, let's not get into that. But I was furious. I was furious with him. I was furious with his company. And Rocio sent me this. And I pre-ordered it and the floss pack within, I didn't even think about it. I just got it. This was my first COVID thing that I didn't need that I bought. So I also have I'm pretty sure I have the called for fabric, 30 count Parisian Gray by Legacy. And the thread's already on a floss card, ready to go. I think I have all the colors. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yeah, we're good. No, I don't have 422. So you have to blend DMC 422 and a Verissois size 4 number 128. I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to go to the Google. But yeah, as soon as I put 2 weeks in on Christmas spirit, I'm starting Pringles. It's time. This isn't I love this bag. It's so cute. So yeah, that's my Christmas in July plans. What are your Christmas in July plans? Do you have big Christmas in July plans? I know Michelle said she did. I just think it'll be fun. So, and then in July on Harry Potter's birthday, I will be starting Frogwarts Year 2. So, big month for new starts. Anyway, I'm never going to get it under 10. It's fine. Thank you guys so much for this very short video on cross stitch and very long video about my deceased mother. Sorry about that. I hope you're well. I just hope you're well. Know that I'm thinking about you. Know that I'm so grateful that you're here, and I'm grateful for your time and for watching. Know that your comments bring me great joy, and stay safe, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.